Okay, so this is a Leica Q3. I have a dummy battery connected to the power bank by USB-C, and I'm doing 8K30. This looks a lot better than the Fuji X106, and I want to give you an option. So this is a more expensive camera compared to the Fuji, probably about 3 times the price, maybe 4 times. Let's see, about 1,632, yeah. Well, they're probably down to 6,000, so 3 3/4. 8K. And I just have the IBIS, I don't have the digital or whatever. But this is 8K30. Instead of 6K30, this is 8K. This is what I want to show you about. So the picture quality is a lot better. I got it in program mode, so it'll adjust the darkness to different settings if I go outside. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's the wood. I cut every year. So you see, going the outside. Now I'm in the shade. It's at f8. I don't know if I can turn it. Yeah, I go like 5.6. Now it's going back to f8. Okay, I'll just leave it there. So you see, 28mm lens. When you're in photo mode, I can crop it all the way down to 90mm. I don't see Mr. Picky Boo. I don't see the birds, but they were mad at him. They're chasing him around his backyard. So he's having a hard time climbing on my house, thank goodness, with the lens trimmed. But I gotta watch out for these two. So they're shedding their leaves, and new ones are coming on. Next is they'll do the seeding, and I'll have everything over the yard. But it looks good, doesn't it? So what do you think? Would you use this as a travel camera? I know Dusty would. Probably want food instead. So anyway, let's go indoors and to the studio. Okay, so Leica Q3. Very expensive camera, about $6,000. A fixed 28mm lens, but it can also do cropping from 28 to 35, 50, 70, and 90mm. Okay. It has different video resolutions. Here's the dummy battery hooked up to a USB-C cable with the anchor. And then I carry it in this think tank bag, which I already showed a couple of videos for. So I have extra batteries. I have a dummy battery. I have a fantastic camera. Let's do it like that. So what else? Nice camera case. Has a good grip. I don't need a grip right here. I can put something up here on this hot shoe. I haven't figured out what. Maybe you can get a flash. I don't know. But the ports are right over here, which gives USB-C and I think that's a micro HDMI. No microphone ports, but it does record your sound if you have to. And you just heard from the video, it does a pretty good job. It's only a tilty screen, okay? So it is a little bit away from the camera, but that's, and then of course here's the EVF, kind of like in the rangefinder style type of camera where it's on the left-hand side. Your program, aperture, you can use different settings, shutter. So the only problem I found with this camera is if the battery is not fully charged, it won't let you do any 8K recording. It'll let you do photos in 8K, but not video. So either you put in a fully charged battery, or you do what I did, is get a USB-C dummy battery, put it in there, plug it in either the wall or in the USB-C power bank, and then you get your 8K. A lot of people trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, I just got a new camera. Why can't I do 8K? That's because the battery has to be fully charged. So either you get the USB-C dummy battery from Leica, or you make sure that your battery is fully charged. So let's look at some photos. Okay, here's some photos, okay? You can see it's much brighter than the Fuji was. I think I had it on neutral. Usually I like the neutral. It might be on vivid. It looks like it's on vivid because that yellow is kind of popping a little bit more. And want to show you this part right here. So I'll zoom it in. And I was focusing over here. Don't vacuum your flowers to get dust off. The petals will come off. Anyway, there's a macro shot. And I try to get some macro shots of ants. I think there's one right there. I didn't want to stir the nest. And I don't see them. Okay, fail there. But I did put one on my Yorkie. I love my Yorkie. And then this is a 28 millimeter right here. This is inside. In program mode, it picks whatever exposure, no lighting. But I think the color and the different shading is much better than on the Fuji. And this is usually my go-to camera. But you see, full frame, looking good on paintings, looking good on the dog, looking good on in the entrance. And I was focusing on myself here, and then the urn. But look at the 28 millimeters. Look how wide it is. You can get everything in here. It's at an f1.7. There's a turntable right there. But you see, wide open shots. Yes, there's some things that are dark, but let's just bring this in a little bit just to look at what 61 megapixels can do. Everything's still sharp. I don't see any pixelating. It is in vivid color. But you see, look at that. I can probably go a little bit more and you can start seeing the Yeah, it's starting to pixelate now, but you can see the DVD movies that I own. See, and that still looks good. It's pixelating there, so if I go back here, maybe one more, that might be the reflection. But pretty good, right? Different parts of the house. So you can go into the dark areas and still it looks sharp. Move the mouse out of the way. So you get part of the living room and the breakfast area. Here's the bedroom. Yeah, our let's see, a 3600X from AMD Ryzen. See, I'm just scrolling around the bedroom, different lighting. And I'm hoping you're not hearing the clock, but you probably are. So you see, great pictures. Look at that. And it's indoors with no lighting. And that's a dark area right outside of the bedroom. And you can see where I have different shades of red. So I got to match this red to knock these out. I was trying to remove some scuff marks and figured out that I had the wrong red color. So anyway, here's my M4 Pro Mac Mini setup. Studio, I should say. The Apple display and then the uh, Acer X34, which is the Predator 3440 by 1440, 100 hertz. It's working out great. And you see, this is at 28, 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter, and it looks sharp. But you're working with less megapixels as you crop in. 70 millimeters, 90. There's a breakfast area. Now I'm going outside. So here's my favorite cement rock. There's 35, 50, 70, 90 millimeters. Let's go into 90 millimeters, see how sharp it is. It is pixelating, but if I go back to the 28, let me show you how much you can crop in. And you see, it's kind of doing the same thing. 90, so that's at 28. I'm going to bring it back down maybe 2. Compare to this 90 millimeter. Yeah, it looks the same. So you can either shoot it at crop or you can leave it at 28 and then crop it in post. That's what I'm saying. Here's my dog. I can do the same thing with her. But look how sharp she is. Gorgeous, isn't it? And I did the same thing. Okay, 28, 35, 50, 70, 90. And she stayed in one position. She's probably looking at the cat. And at 28 millimeters, look how wide a field of view you get. And then the same thing with the bush. So 28, 35, 50, 70, 90. And then same thing on this little treehouse slide that my neighbor has across the ditch. So 28, 35, 50, 70, 90. And that's it. So I think that's pretty good, but I got another favorite that I'm going to end the show on. And I'll say one last thing after I'm done. This one right here. And let's crop her in a little bit. That's pretty good, right? I can do this right here. That's pretty good. I'll leave it right there. So, would you take an expensive camera on a vacation? You can see what it can do. I got it in a bag. It's better than carrying a bigger mirrorless camera with different lenses, and it's heavier. This is lighter. It's I'd say the Fuji X106 is half the size of the camera bag that I have in there, but that's a 40 megapixel camera. I believe it's a 40 megapixel, and it might be a 26. I can't remember. This one is a 61 megapixel camera or a 60 megapixel camera. Excellent. The SL3 full frame, 60 megapixel, but you can change out the lenses. This one's a fixed lens. It can crop, but you can leave it at 28 and then crop it in post, and you can get the same picture. You can do macro on this. I think the macro, kind of like the Fuji. I think the GR3 and GR3X from Ricoh does much better on the macro. But anyway, versatile camera. I enjoy it. You can do many things, 4K, 8K. Fuji, you can do 4K, 6K. One's an APS-C camera. The other one, like this one, is a full frame. So anyway, what camera would you take with you if you go on vacation? Would you take a point and shoot, mirrorless, just use your cell phone? Do you have a GoPro? What will you take with you? So hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.